Hello, hello. Welcome back. My name is Anastasia Aruz, and I am a child and family therapist. And I'm here to try to help you have a happy, healthy, fun school year. Try to have that school year be organized and get all the things done that you want to get done and have kids that are growing up in a healthy family. So this is our second week of the back to school challenge. And this week is on having a healthy family. Last week, we talked about being organized. So if you've not seen that video, check that one out. It's in the group that we're in right now. So the healthy family is basically what we're all striving for. And all of us work very hard every day in our hectic and busy lives to have a healthy family with what we eat, the things we do, all of it. But it can be really challenging, especially because we're all working and we're all moving really, really fast. And the pandemic has not helped. We are all very stressed out. We're all kind of in this like whirlwind of life right now. And so I'm hoping this will help you just take a few minutes to sit and think and be very purposeful in how you're planning your weeks and what you're thinking about doing with your kids. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we are, healthy family tips and ideas. So the first one is being active together. Now it seems really basic that I would say this, but I think we all get so busy during the week, we don't do what we need to do, right? And it's really, really just important to schedule it on your calendar. Sure, your kid might play soccer or they might have gymnastics or ballet. So yeah, they're getting active, but are they doing it with you? What are you doing with your child? It's hard because a lot of us are so busy, we're tired, we're exhausted. You don't want to go outside and play. You do not want to run around the yard or do the thing because you're tired. You've had a really busy week. But to have that child grow up to be healthy in all areas, they need that from you. They need to be active with you. So I've listed some things here that are ideas: gardening, taking walks, YouTube workouts for kids. There's a ton of them on there, and your kids might even know of some. Hiking, great time of the year right now, fall, perfect for being outside. Biking. If you have Apple TV, there's a few apps like Just Dance on there that you could do with your kids, or even scheduling like a 5K. The turkey trots are coming up. So doing that with them, really, really making it a commitment to yourself of how you're going to do this with your child. Think about things you enjoy. What is it that you enjoy? Remember, you are the captain of this team. It's going to be up to you to kind of figure out what you're going to do with your child and build it into your week. Schedule it on your calendar. So that's my first tip for you. Second one is the well-balanced diet, which we all also try really hard to do. Really, really important to educate yourself. The way we grew up is completely different on how we eat today because of the way our food system is, because of all the fast food that's been marketed to us and taught to us, and how food is made now is totally different. So I think the biggest piece of advice I can give you, I am not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, is you have to educate yourself. I am doing that every day because myself, I don't know either. Like I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and we just ate food. We didn't eat special kinds of food. We didn't have all these protein bars and all these protein drinks and all these things that we have now. But I think it's really, really important to educate yourself. So pick a plan, whether it's like Weight Watchers, or you do something that you find online, or even, I'm trying to think of one, I don't know, but finding something that would be research-based, right? That's research-based that will teach you a great way to eat. The biggest thing I've learned myself is just vegetables. Really, all we should be eating is fruits and veggies, which I know is not going to happen, but that's really what I've learned the most is important, is the fruits and veggies, and figuring out how you can get that into your diet. Also, your proteins, your eggs, dairy, meat, plant-based proteins, your carbs, your fruits, beans, whole grains, staying away from all that white flour is not good for you. Even a lot of the wheat flour isn't, depending on how it's processed. Are you taking vitamins? Are your kids taking vitamins? Are you drinking a lot of water? Keep your kids away from the juice. They don't need it. We don't need it either. It just causes extra calories. It makes you tired with all the sugar in it. Healthy weekday lunches. I have learned this from my child's school more than anything. Where he goes to school, they're not allowed to take anything really with a lot of sugar. They can't take chips. They can't take any type of gummies, nothing like that. It has to be all veggies, the proteins I have listed there, the carbs I have listed there. So really thinking about what your kids are eating. Do they eat Lunchables? Maybe every once in a while, but that should not be an everyday thing. That is processed food. It's not really great for them. I know you're in a hurry. because we all, like we've been talking about, are super busy, but making sure that you're planning ahead. All of this is planned ahead, because if not, you run out of time and you're just doing everything you can to grab and go. Also, rethinking snack time. What kind of snacks do you have in your house? Are they all processed? Do you have a lot of fruit? What is it that you keep in your home? What are you snacking on? Because whatever you're snacking on, your kids are going to totally model that. So thinking about what you're doing as a parent that teaches your child. Because here again, we're thinking of the whole child. We want our children to grow up to be healthy adults in all areas of their life. And this is another part of it, is the diet. Finally, meal prep. I think that's the biggest thing that I struggle with. I do not like cooking. So we really talk about meal prep during the weekends. What is the plan for the week? How is it going to look? Again, just like the other topic, the first topic we just talked about, the diet also has to be planned out. Because if not, life gets too crazy and you end up doing things that are not a healthy choice. All right, number 4, mental health. This is my thing, right? This is what I do every day. I have my own practice and I work with children and families. And the biggest things I've learned are that communication with your kids, super, super important. Start at a really young age. How you talk to them matters. Your tone of voice matters. Letting them be able to share opinions with you, making sure you have that open communication. Monitoring addictive behaviors. Now, what I mean by that is paying attention to what you're doing with your addictive type of things. Like, are you a drinker? Do you drink 3 or 4 glasses of wine a night? Do you drink a lot of beer? Do you smoke pot? Whatever it is that you're doing, monitor it, right? Everything in excess, anything you do in excess can be too much. So moderation should be your key word here, moderation, right? Because what you do, your children will model. So really paying attention to what you're doing during the week and the weekends and what you're putting in your body. Giving yourself grace. We are in a super stressful time right now with this pandemic and life and all the wars and all the things that are going on. It is a pretty insane time. And if you just turn on the news, it will stress you out. So really giving yourself grace. The kids are at school all day, you're working all day, everyone is doing the best they can. So if you're having a hard time, if you have to stop at McDonald's one night because you just didn't have time to plan stuff out, it's not the end of the world, right? Just give yourself some grace, sit back and think about how you can do it different next time. Finally, if this is really, really tough for you, and the last 3 things I've talked about kind of have triggered you in a way, maybe you need to seek some professional help through a therapist or a life coach or something to help you, because you have things you've never dealt with, right? So here again, we're working on having a whole child that's healthy, and that's going to be a healthy adult, right? So in order to do that, you're modeling all of the things that you want them to be. So seeking professional help through a therapist or whatever is always a great idea. If you need anybody, I have recommendations I can give you, so feel free to reach out to me. It's confidential. I wouldn't share it with anyone. So just let me know. Let me go to the next slide. We have rituals and routines. Okay. So this is one of my favorite when I'm talking about kids and families. Children love routines. They thrive on it. That's why in school, teachers have their daily schedule on the board. If that's what you need to do at your house, do that at your house. Get them on a schedule. Do things the same time every day if possible. They love that kind of thing. Rituals. Do you have rituals in your house? A ritual basically is something you would do every day or once a week or whatever it is, like church, right? So you go to church, that's your ritual for the week for that part of your life. So what rituals do you have in your home? They help establish, expectations in your house, the routines do. It makes you have a calmer house. It helps your kids have confidence and independence. They need to feel safe. And when there's a routine in place, they know what's going to happen. So then they feel secure and safe, right? They know that you're going to pick them up from school or pick them up from aftercare, and there shouldn't be any anxiety because you're doing the same thing every day. If you start doing all different types of stuff with them, it's going to stress them out and they are going to have anxiety. They're going to have a harder time with different things in their life that aren't even related to school. That's just one example. Healthy habits. It teaches them to have healthy habits, right? If you have a routine in place and you're doing A, B, C, D every day during the week and their health, it gets them in that routine, which then they're going to carry that on through their lives when they go to college, when they have a family. And what opportunity for rituals are you offering? think about all of this. This is a slide that really is going to take some thought. And so maybe sit down after watching this and journal the way your routines, the way your rituals are in your home. How are you teaching your kids various things that you want them to carry with them through their life? Do they feel secure? Do they feel safe? And if you want more on this, I could get really, really specific with it. So just let me know and we could talk about it. This is probably the most important one for me, at least. All right, joy and happiness. This sounds kind of basic too, but this is also super, super important to have a healthy family. You need joy and happiness in your family. Enjoy life. It is short. It is going so fast. And we just need to make the most of it. You should stop waiting, have self-care, surround yourself with positive people, gratitude, meditation, take time. These are all things that will bring joy to your life. Play. That is the most important. And I'm not talking about getting on the floor and doing Legos. What do you like to do? What play do you enjoy? This is kind of strange, but one of the things that I really like to do is sell things on eBay. So that sometimes if I have time, I don't know why it relaxes me, but I love to do that. So that's my play in a way. And I haven't done it in forever, which I probably need to. But what is your play? What is your type of thing that you really, really enjoy? What is your hobby? Do you have sadness that's kind of like stuck inside? That's going to take us back to the other tip I said about reaching out for additional help. If you have something that's stuck and you know it's there and you feel it, think about how you can get more support for yourself. And finally, find something to celebrate every day. I recently have joined a group of ladies, and I think this is the biggest thing that I've learned from my support group is something to celebrate every single day. I have been documenting it on Instagram if possible, and you do not need to do this because not everyone is into the social media, but can you take a picture of something every day to celebrate and just keep it for yourself on your phone? What is something that you can be excited about every single day for you, for your kids, for your pets, for your family, whatever it is? Think about every day when you wake up, all right, what am I going to celebrate today? Is it, I mean, obviously it's not going to be Christmas every day or a holiday every day, but you can make something out of the day, find something to celebrate, because that will help bring joy and happiness as well. And finally, community. This is also super, super important because I think as a culture, we're kind of moving away from this. And I think it's important to think about how you can have community in your home. And what I mean by this is how do you reach out to what do you do to be involved, right? Are you say your kids in soccer, that's part of the community, right? You're out there every day with other people from your neighborhood or from the community. You're involved, you're talking. That is super, super important. And why is it? Here are some reasons that I have listed. Support and safety. When you're involved with other people, your kids have more support, not just you. I don't know if you've heard that phrase, you probably have, it takes a village. This is right where this comes from. If they know they can talk to Mr. Smith because he's seen them or she's seen them every day at gymnastics, that's a support for that child as they get older. It's also a sense of safety because they know they can connect with other adults in the community. They feel a connection with them, right? So they're feeling connected. They feel like they can be part of something bigger. They feel like they have a sense of belonging. It's influence on how they'll move on in life, right? Say they are in gymnastics when they're 6 and 7 and they have a teacher that might be older in high school. That is an influence to them. And so that child, that high school student then goes to college and they can see how those things progress. It's a fun place to share. It's a fun place to learn. And then they also learn to be accepted by others. Community is super important. So here, this is another tip that you really just need to think about. How are you involved in your community? I didn't even bring up like volunteering or any of that, church, whatever it is. There's so many ways to be involved. It doesn't have to be just sports. And those were kind of my examples. It can be so many ways of being involved with the community. And that's my final slide. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me stop sharing this a second. Okay, I'm back. I hope it's been helpful. I hope it gives you a chance to think about what you're doing in your family and how you're making that whole child, that whole family healthy, just not one aspect of it. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to always email me or send me a message. Reach out to me if you need help specifically with your family. I love to help. I love this kind of stuff. So I hope you have a great day. And I will be posting my next one, which is going to be on technology and how we can do that healthy in the family also, because that is a huge stressor for all of us. All right. Have a great day. Bye.